Let's graph these two piecewise functions. Starting with the one on the left, we have p of x equals to 3 if x equals to those 5 values, -2, 0, 3, 5, and 9. And then px is equals to 5 otherwise. So this is a piecewise function. The first piece is 3. What is the 3 stands for? That stands for y equals to 3 if x equals to one of those 5 values. And y is equals to -5 if x is not equals to those 5 values. That is what the otherwise means. So for the, if you see the subdomain written like this, x equals to a few individual values. So that means when x is equals to -2, y is equals to 3. When x is 0, y is 3. When x is 3, y is 3. When x is equals to 5, y is 3. When x is equals to 9, y is equals to 3. These are all order pair x comma y. So let me graph this the first piece for you. So -2, 3. So this is one individual point, and then 0, 3, and then 3, 3, and then 5, 3, and then 9, 3. Right, so that is the first piece. Y is equals to 3 if x is equals to one of those 5 values. And then y is equals to -5 otherwise. So many people might say, alright, so y is equals to -5 otherwise. Okay, I know how to graph that. So that means this. So maybe I should make my line bold like that. So y is equals to -5. People might say, alright, okay, I got it. So this is y equals to 5. Is this true or false? This is not completely wrong, but is only partially right. Let me ask you a question. Does this function, everything you have in this picture, pass the vertical line test? The answer is no, because if I draw a vertical line right here, oh, you can't see the yellow, so let me do the vertical line like this. So if I draw a vertical line like right there, how many intersections do you see? I see 1, I see 2. So since there are 2 intersections, then this is not a function. So that means we make some mistakes. So let's go ahead and fix those mistakes. So when x is equals to -2, 0, 3, 5, and 9, we already have those 5 points, right? So that means here is how we fix it. So we have to erase those points on the horizontal line. So erase this point. Oh, the eraser is too big. Okay, I can fix that. So we have to erase this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. All right, and then how do we put something in there? So to put something in there, all you have to do is you put an open circle in there. That's how you fix it. So now these pass the vertical line test. So if you draw a vertical line like this, there is only one intersection because the open circle is not a solid point. So that tells me when x is equals to -2, y is equals to 3. That is an empty circle or open circle that doesn't count as a point. Alright, so that is the graph of the first one. And then let's move on to the next one. So the next one we have y equals to 5 if x is equals to 1, 5, and 7. So that gives me 3 individual points. So when x is equals to 1, y is equals to 5. When x is equals to 5, y is equals to 5. When x is equals to 7, y is equals to 5. Plot them. So 1, 5, 5, 5, and 7, 5. There you go. And then the second one is h of x equals to 2 minus x if x is equals to -3, -2, -1, and 0. So let's use another color to do it. And then when x is equals to -3, we have 2 minus -3. That is equals to 5, right? 5. So we have a point, -3, comma 5. When x is equals to -2, 2 minus -2. So that is 2 plus 2 equals to 4. So x is equals to -2, y is equals to 4. When x is equals to -1, 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. X equals to -1, y equals to 3. When x is equals to 0, y is equals to 2. So we have 0, comma 2. Plot them. negative 3 past the 5, right? So negative 3 past the 5, negative 3 past the 5, and then negative 2 past the 4, negative 1 past the 3, and then negative, and then 0, comma 2. The next question is, do we connect them? Again, the next question is, do we connect these 4 points? The answer is no. Why? Because if you connect these 4 points, so let's say you do this, you connect these 4 points, that means you are saying that x can be any value between 0 and 4. That means you are saying this, x 0. But that is not the case, because if you take a look at the second subdomain, the second subdomain says x equals to negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, and 0. I do not want any numbers between negative 3 and 2. So that's why you cannot use this inequality. Cannot use this inequality. We have x equals to those 4 individual x values. That means there is no way to connect them. So do not connect them. So let me just go back so I can simply erase that line. So the second piece is done. And then what about the last one? The last one is h of x equals to 0. So that means y is equals to 0. So let's draw a description in there. That means y is equals to 0. And then otherwise, then you might say, okay, y equals to 0 is very easy. So it's a horizontal line right there. So is this correct? Is this y equals to 0? I'm not sure if you can clearly read that on the screen. So maybe I should choose a darker color to do it for you. So maybe how about which one is good? How about the orange? So y is equals to 0, and then I can make the line bold by doing this. So y is equals to 0. That is exactly on the x-axis. So this is y equals to 0. Is this correct? The answer is partially right, because if you try the vertical line test, there are 2 intercepts, one at the green point, one at the y equals to 0. So to fix this problem, all you have to do is you add open circle on the negative 3, negative 2, okay, negative 3, negative 2, and then negative 1, and then a 0, and then at 1, and then at 5, and then at 7. So this one might be hard to see because, so here is the reason. Let me add the open circle back. So open circle, open circle, open circle. And then you might ask me, hey, you have something is hard to see. So let me just use an arrow for it. So you have a something between negative 3 and negative 2, negative 2 and negative 1, negative 1 and 0. Do we have to erase that? The answer is no, because I have x equals to negative 3 and x equals to negative 2 for the second subdomain, and y equals to 0 otherwise. So that means if x is equals to negative 2.5, then y is equals to 0, because negative 2.5 is between negative 2 and negative 3. So as a result, y is equals to 0. Maybe it is a good idea to try some function evaluation. So this one, let me just go up a little bit so we can try some function evaluation. Let's do this for the red line. So let's do this for the red curve. So how about let me give you a few function evaluation. How about p of negative 7, and then p of negative 2, and then p of 0, and then p of 8. So what is p of negative 7? Negative 7 is right over here, right? So when x is equals to negative 7, y is equals to negative 5. So we have p negative 7 equals to negative 5. So when x is equals to negative 7, y is equals to negative 5. What about when x is equals to negative 2? When x is equals to negative 2, which point do I pick? The open circle or the solid circle? The answer is we pick the solid circle. When x is equals to negative 2, y is equals to 3. So we have negative 2 comma 3. And then the next one is x equals to 0. So x equals to 0. When x is equals to 0, we pick the solid circle, y is equals to 3, so we have 0, comma 3, and then the next point is x equals to 8 right over here. So when x is equals to 8, y is equals to, on the line, right, y is equals to -5, so we have 8, comma -5. So this one you can say p of -2 is equals to 3, p of 0 is equals to 3, and then p of 8 is equals to -5. How about the other one? Let's try this. How about p of -9, and then p of -3, and then p of -0.5. Let's try these three first. When x is equals to -9, x is equals to -3, x is equals to -0.5. So when x is equals to -3, we have a point on the orange line, y is equals to 0. So p of -9 is equals to 0. And then when x is equals to -3, you see an open circle in orange and a solid circle in green. So we pick the solid circle. When x is equals to -3, y is equals to 5. How about this one? When x is equals to -0.5. So -0.5 is between -1 and 0, right? So that means we have this, you have to take a look at this one little piece between -1 and 0, so that is still on the orange line. So that means p of -0.5 is equals to 0. How about p of 7? P of 7, you have an open circle, open orange circle, and you have a solid purple dot. So we pick the solid purple dot. So when x is equals to 7, y is equals to 5. So that's how you do the function evaluation using the picture. All right, so that is the end of this video. If you think my instruction is clear and helpful, give me a like, share the video for me, subscribe to my channel if you're on your way out. Appreciate for your help and support. I will catch you all in the next lesson. Signing out.